I'm Del from the band Pullback.
I'm Jake the Snake. I was drummer for Detroit punk rocker Tommy Trash 5 years.
And he's a Pollock.
I'm Brown.
All over the globe against the amazing race of furries that exist in our society. And I, for one, need to say this.
I think he'll talk about it later. He'll talk about it later. I was going to say something, but I don't want to give it away too soon.
I think bullying's not great, but sometimes it's warranted. Not particularly in this situation, though. I just think we...
You know, sometimes there's people that say, well, it's just a role we're playing, you know, and then we go home or whatever. And no, I've seen videos of these people, man. Like I said, at one school, put litter boxes in the bathroom, and people in the bathrooms in the school, and people, because they're identifying as animals or cats, and they put a litter box in the bathroom. Then some fucks were shitting and pissing in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, and even if it was just a role they're playing, that still says something about them.
Well, yeah,
you know,
like that one school. I think we watched that one thing where that one school, the kids are these furries, and they're physically biting other kids and scratching them, and they had physical scratches.
Oh, is that the Canadian school one?
I think so.
Yeah.
And the principal, they went to their teacher. Teacher went to the principal, and they didn't do anything. So the kids went directly to the principal, and her kid was one of the fucking furries. So that was doing this shit. So they fucking left class and went out and was demonstrating out in front of the protesting out in front of the place, in front of the school. I thought that was cool, but yeah, these people carry this shit too far.
Oh, you know what would be a good business idea? A pound for furries?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Or like a doggy daycare where instead of taking them to school, we could just open up a place where they like come and shit in a litter box.
Lock them in fucking cages.
Yeah.
Feed them fucking cat food. They identify them.
Yeah.
Feed them fucking cat food.
Or the dog treats you like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my daughter.
Maybe you're half furry.
Well, I was over with my daughters, and there's these cookies, and I always tell her what I eat when I eat it, you know, in case I don't want to eat her lunch or anything like that, so I always tell her. And at one time, there's a carob, you know what carob is, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a carob chocolate chip cookie thing, so I'm fucking munching them. The carobs are kind of hard, you know, but I told my daughter when I got home, I said, oh, I ate her all those cookies up there. Which ones? I said, the ones in the blue pack. She just busted out laughing. I said, what are you laughing at? She said, those were dog treats.
She's discriminating against you.
I know.
Need to make bullying great again. That's all I need to say. But let me tell you this. You should never, ever.
And they go outside like this and shit. That's got to be fucking hot, man. Because Big John was a roadie in the band, you know. He played Santa Claus. And he
identified as Santa Claus?
In a million years, viciously assault someone. You should never lay your hands on anyone. You can talk
Well, I don't believe in the violence either, but once in a while, like, remember I used to always talk about slapping the shit out of people, you know? And that's what they need sometimes. I don't mean physically beat the hell, you know, like this one coming up, but they deserve it. You know, I mean, like I said, I don't condone the violence, but
I do.
I actually do. I was lying. But it's kind of cool to see this fucker get beat up.
About their ridiculousness. You can slightly be mean about their ridiculousness. You can make fun about the things they choose to do with their life. Absolutely, but do not lay a hand on them. It's really important that I say this for this video because I tell you what, the furry community, as much as I think they're absolutely
the same thing. Glad they beat his ass.
What's happening to them isn't fair. All right, or at least what happened to this guy isn't fair.
Good evening. A man dressed in an animal costume has been attacked in Rundle Mall. The victim telling 9 News he was the target of a hate crime.
But is it a hate crime?
Is he 29 years old?
I think so, yeah.
At least what happened to this guy isn't fair.
Good evening. A man dressed in an animal costume has been attacked in Rundle Mall. The victim telling 9 News he was the target of a hate crime.
But is it a hate crime?
Oh, I think he said telling 9 News, not 29.
Oh, okay.
What are they hate criming against? You're dressed as an animal, sir. If someone gets attacked on Halloween...
They can be charged with cruelty to animals, maybe.
Yeah.
they're dressed as a
They're
mummy.
beating
Is that a
they're
hate
beating the
crime
shit
against
out of them.
Egyptians? No. It's just you're getting
Fuck
attacked
yeah,
because you're dressed
kick
as a
them,
mummy.
man.
Okay, maybe it is a hate crime. Let's find
Sure.
out.
20-year-old Dennis is a member of the so-called furry community.
20-year-old Dennis. What the fuck is wrong with your parents? Who would name a child in 2005, 2004 probably, no less, Dennis? That's a lifetime of bullying. No wonder he's a...
Better than Kyle.
Or Spot.
Yeah, they should have named it right from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is now being investigated by police.
Watch this, man.
Broad daylight
Kick the
in
shit out.
Rundle
Oh,
Mall.
look at that. Oh, man. Oh, they're
A
kicking them
violent
and shit.
attack in
Stomping on
front
them.
of
Okay, so these people that are attacking Dennis are grubs. They're pieces of shit. Okay, and if you're watching this and you're one of these people, I hope the law catches up with you, and I hope you get thrown in jail, you little fuck. Anyone who assaults anyone is a piece of shit. Fuck you to the moon. Okay? Dennis was doing nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. You're dressed as a fuckwit, all right? But you did nothing wrong. You're allowed to dress.
People are tired of this shit, man, you know?
Well, that's what bullying is for. It's to keep people from fucking... Like when you're a kid and you do something weird, you get slapped and bullied and made fun of. You're like, oh, that's not socially... oh, shit, you got a spider on you.
Oh, get the fucker off me. I hate fucking spiders, man. What did it look like?
Had 8 legs.
No.
It was really small.
No, really, it wasn't a dark spider, was it?
No.
Okay, because I had some brown recluse. I got them black widows, and 3 years ago I had the black widows by the bedroom there. I didn't think we had them kind of spiders here. We do. Anyway, I'm sorry, man. I fucking hate spiders. Thanks. But the little white one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't mind them.
Oh, I killed his ass. I flicked him.
Oh, okay. Well, I probably didn't kill him, but those you ever seen them jumping spiders?
I don't
They
think so.
fucking man, they're kind of dark, and I was sitting.
My cousin identifies as one of those.
Smash them. Oh, me and Lurch that used to live next door there, we were out there talking one time, and these fucking things were hopping on the table and the chairs. I said, what the fuck are those? Well, spiders. And I looked, they were spiders. They're called jumping spiders. Fucking weird as fuck. They hop around and jump and shit.
However the fuck you want. You should be, right? That's freedom of speech. Dress however you want, and you should never be attacked for it. Don't get me wrong. If I walked past Dennis, I would snicker.
Well, when you start shitting and pissing in litter box, like when they put them in that schools that time and stuff, you gotta draw a line on this shit sooner or later, man. You know?
And people don't learn until there's physical consequences.
And like the same thing with transgender bullshit. People's had enough of that shit thrown down their fucking throats, and they're tired of it, man.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. I'm sick of this shit too. I mean, live and let live, but goddamn, don't fucking force yourself on me, you know. And that's what they're trying to do.
Go, ooh, you dress like a fucking weirdo, Dennis. But no one should ever attack you, dude. Like, look at these little twats. Have they blurred their faces out?
Oh man, that guy kicked them right in the head.
Show
From
us
way up
who they
high.
are.
Hopefully he fixed them.
This
Yeah.
was the victim of the brazen
Knocked some
bashing.
sense into him.
20-year-old Dennis had been
Poor
dressed in a
Dennis.
costume.
But I was completely
He's a
blindsided.
Dennis
twisty
needs to
looking
be-
fucking
I
boy. Not that I'm all that
punched in the
handsome.
That's not cool.
face.
Lucky you're wearing a big hat.
My suit was damaged and ripped.
They're actually really
Poor
expensive, those
thing.
suits. Let's have a look. Okay, so we got one on Etsy here for $5,000.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god. That is a lot of cash to dress.
And that's
like that.
fucking
I
I
insane.
might start a Shopify store selling
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Drop shipping them.
Especially
Because you probably order them off Alibaba for fucking, you know,
oh yeah, if you get 50 of them or something, you know, you can get them for cheap.
$100 probably
Yeah.
at most.
Dog eyes, foot size 40, 55 to 65 kilos. I mean, that's what you can weigh or what the actual suit weighs. That's crazy. Surely it doesn't weigh
It's
65
got,
kilos.
I mean,
What,
it
you
looks
got
like
fucking
it's summer.
concrete in the
I don't
boots?
know, the trees are
Okay,
coming
so
up.
yeah,
I'll have to see
$5,000.
the
So that would be
closer.
really, really shit for Dennis. He's obviously saved a lot of money from working at fucking JB Hi-Fi, where I assume he worked.
Yeah, there's still trees that are bloom or have leaves on them, so it's got to be in summertime. And can you imagine how hot that is? Got to be, especially that big fucking head you got to put on and stuff. So far, he hasn't bit or scratched anybody. Ought to have the shit kicked out of him for that.
JB Hi-Fi is an electronics store in Australia that's only worked by extremely weird individuals. And shout out to the JB Hi-Fi workers watching this. I'm sure you've taken a break from trying to decide your pronouns for this afternoon to watch this video. So hello from me.
It happened around 4 p.m. yesterday. Dennis says he was performing in the mall with an election day sign that read "Vote One Furries."
Oh, no
I don't know
wonder.
what political
During that
message that is trying to
stupid-ass
send.
sign.
But all I know is Dennis was being a little bit of a menace. Why would I say that? Anyway, well, he wasn't really doing anything, was he? He was just standing. Like, what message is that trying to spread? Like, it's not like you're saying vote one for the right-wing party because the right-wing party is going to do this, or vote one for the left-wing party because we're going to save you from the fascists. Like, he was just saying, like, vote one furries. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to say, Isaac, why haven't you addressed the elephant in the room, or the furry elephant in the room? Furries are often, I'm not saying this about Dennis.
Did this get really popular about the same time that the transgender shit became
It
popular?
was a little bit before that. Remember, because I told you, when I was in high school, shit started branching out to where people started referring to their sexuality in different ways.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, there's always been, like, you're gay and straight. But then it started in high school. People started, well, I'm bi, and then after that it was, oh, I'm pansexual, and I'm this sexual, and I'm that sexual.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I heard that pansexual before, but I forgot what it meant. You remember?
No.
I don't need.
But there's like one that refers to you're not attracted to a gender, you're attracted to who a person is, and then there's one where you're not sexually attracted to someone until you're in a relationship with them, and then it just there's all these like subgenres of sexuality, and then that evolved into this, and then this evolved into the transgender, and then that evolved into the trans seasons or whatever the fuck, you know. And it's all this Reddit communist propaganda.
I just don't believe that people actually do this shit, man. You know,
Well, like,
especially the ones now. There's ones that don't have these same kind of suits on. They'll have like an animal mask on and little furry thing or something on them.
yeah.
But then the mouths are open. They go around biting people and shit. And they actually do that, and people, oh, that's bullshit. No, it's not. I've seen the videos. Seen the fucking bite marks.
Well, what causes this? I was actually talking to my buddy Bill about this yesterday, as he was bitching about some people he met at an AA meeting. These kids, and they're all fucking weird in the head and shit. And these people are so socially isolated. And like back when you guys were growing up and stuff, when there wasn't a bunch of electronics and stuff to consume all your time with, you had to like go out and socialize.
Oh yeah.
So like there was like, you knew what was odd and what wasn't.
Oh yeah.
You know,
definitely.
and you were always around people, which means you were always getting judged and fucked with and all of that. So it was just an everyday experience that you just get callous to by the time you're 10 years old.
Well, like when I was growing up too, if somebody was gay, they stood out, without trying. I mean, they wouldn't say they were gay or nothing. But I remember this girl, she had a butch haircut. Her name was Popo, believe it or not. And she had like a butch haircut and stuff. And she looked, she dressed in boys' clothes. She had to have a flannel shirt and fucking blue jeans. And you could tell, but she didn't come out and say, oh, I'm gay, yeah, blah, 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 But everybody knew it. But it was very, very unusual to run across somebody like that back then. I mean, it just didn't happen. And the weirdos hung out at certain places, There was a bar on Livernois between 4th Street and the railroad tracks. It was called the Hungry Eye. And a lot back, like in the 50s, there the beatniks used to hang out in there. And plus there's a few other weirdos and stuff that would go in there. But yeah, and people said, stay away from that bar just because they were different.
Yeah.
Don't walk on the other side of the street.
But even then, the weird people were still socialized because they still had to be around other people because there was nothing else to fucking do. And then on top of it, by the time you're 10 years old, you're already used to being fucked with and people saying shit to you. Well, now you're not. Because first in schools, you're not allowed to talk to anybody. You're not allowed to go hang out outside because, they're afraid someone's going to pick you up and fuck you or something.
Or get hurt.
And then now you have all these electronics and the internet. So starting from like my generation on, everyone just stayed inside,
Yeah.
And then, so now they're socially awkward. They've never been fucked with before. And then they get online with a bunch of other people that are sick in the head because they don't know what life is. And then it's like they all get sucked into this shit on the internet, and they all find each other and then make each other even more fucked up because everyone they talk to is just as fucked up, you know? And then they grow these little fucked up communities of sick fucks. And that's how this shit starts. And I bet you anything it's through propaganda, like Reddit especially. Because like Facebook, you know, there's not really much of these group stuff for this stuff. Yeah. But like Reddit's a big thing on there. Because I remember I went on Reddit for drop shipping and crypto and stuff. You know, you get to choose like what your interests are, and that's what it's supposed to show you. But no matter what you say your interests are, you can look up nothing political at all. I was just on there for money stuff. I didn't even hear about Reddit until that GameStop thing. Oh yeah, those people that wound up scamming the stock guys. But fucking no matter, all I was focused on was money on there, and it still showed me all these communist posts and socialist groups and trans stuff. It just jams it down your throat. And if you meet any of these wokey people and weirdos, they love Reddit.
Oh, okay, that figures.
I blame anime too. Have you ever watched anime? Have you ever seen your kids watch anime?
No, I've seen it on, excuse me, I've seen it on TV before, but I didn't care for it.
Yeah, because it's very socially awkward. There's like something really awkward about it, and like all these people are obsessed with anime and being like half animals and shit like that, and it all comes from anime.
I get it.
Like when I was a kid, you know, there's a lot of autistic kids in school, and they were always like really obsessed with anime.
Later, man.
And they
oh, here it is. Never mind.
They always try to like act out these anime characters and stuff, and that's like what these people are doing, you know. It's like this whole woke thing is they act awkward.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just having a nice time. Maybe he feels a part of this community. But the furry community is somewhat intertwined into the LGBTQIA plus community.
Where we're
not really
here.
The gay
Were they
community.
having an auction or something, or what were they doing? They were saying $200, $300.
From the fascists, like he was just saying, like vote one furries. Now, I know a lot of people are probably going to say, Isaac, why haven't you addressed the elephant in the room, or the furry elephant in the room? Furries are often, I'm not saying this about Dennis in particular, maybe he's just having a nice time, maybe he feels a part of this community, but the furry community is somewhat intertwined into the LGBTQIA plus community, not really the gay community, but more the trans community. It's in there somewhere. It's in with the Therians, these type of people who believe they're foxes, and it's some sort of weird sex thing as well. I know I've made furry videos in the past. You can find them on my OnlyFans. No, it's not true. On YouTube and talking about it, and people have messaged me in that community and said, no, we're not. It's not.
I think they just do this shit on purpose, man. You know, like you said, they're socially awkward. They're bored as fuck, nothing to do. So they get with other people that think like them, and
yeah,
it's fucking insane, man.
But here's the thing: when you were growing up, like these, like you go on like Tinder, any dating apps, and there's all these like chicks on there that are, you know, weird like this, that like anime and dressing up like weirdos and stuff, and they always say stuff about how, well, they don't want to be an adult and they don't want to get a job and they don't want to like do anything. They just want to live in pretend land, like they're a video game character, you know. But what would happen when you were growing up if you just told your parents, like, oh, I don't want to do that, I just want to be like, I don't know what you'd pretend to be besides like an army guy or a cowboy back then, but like,
well, that was it. Kids want to be cowboys or soldiers and shit like that. They never.
But what if you or anyone your age back in your day would have told a parent, oh, well, I'm not gonna get a job and stuff, I just want to play with my cap guns in the backyard. And
what age are you speaking of?
Anywhere from 16 to 20.
Well, if that one happened back when I was growing up, if you were 18, out of the house. My mom threw me out one time when I was 16.
Yeah.
And I was gone for like 5 days or so. And she was going to call the cops on the people where I was staying, so I had to go back.
My mom did that too.
Really?
Yeah, she threatened everyone that would take me in, saying that if you let them sleep there, she's gonna call the cops. I couldn't even see my girlfriend because she called my girlfriend's mom and threatened because my girlfriend wasn't going to school and stuff.
Yeah.
So she threatened to have her arrested for not making my girlfriend go to school and let me stay there and all that shit.
And another thing, like back, you were talking about being socially awkward. Like back in the day too, you'd go up to a girl, you know, and say, you know,
well, because you had to. There was no other way. Now it's like everyone just communicates through the internet.
Yeah.
So they're not even used to doing that. You know, it's like this big deal. Like I can't.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, that's it.
I've seen this one thing where these Gen Zs were at work, and they're in cubicles, and instead of getting up and going to talk to the person in the next cubicle, they did it on their fucking phones. They texted them, and they're 8 feet away. They wouldn't even get up and walk over there to talk. They did, and there was a bunch of them doing that, communicating with each other via text. That's fucking crazy, man.
Imagine if we said, instead of when we're watching this, instead of talking to each other like this, we just texted each other with.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's fucking. Man, I'm glad I'm old in a way.
Yeah.
About sex. It's not all about wearing these suits as we do it furry style, or doggy style, or fox style, or whatever. Mate, it fucking is. We all know you're rooting in these suits. I'm not saying Dennis is. Dennis, I bet he's a fucking stud in the bed.
Oh, how sexy is that?
Oh, man, that's sexy as fuck. I want to see the tail.
Yeah.
Good on you, mate. Have fun with that, you big monster. Hey, Dennis.
He probably wasn't too cold.
It's got nothing to do with that in this case, okay? I'm absolutely positive that it's a weird sexual fetish, usually, but not in this case. Dennis is a good man, and he should be the president of Australia.
Furries are
Fuck Dennis.
Yeah.
people who role play as animals.
There's also
I'm glad he got beat up.
Yeah.
big stories about these people shitting in litter boxes. It's happened all over the world. There's big stories about it happening at conventions for furries in America, and there are also stories about it happening in schools. In fact, in Texas, they're passing laws to ban the litter boxes. So is it happening?
Could you imagine? I always say this to you, but imagine going back to when you were a kid, like time travel and be like, you know, they're banning litter boxes for kids in school. You're like, what?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you'd have to be on... These people should be on medication, man.
You know, if we went back in time to, you know, tell the people from your day what's going on right now, we'd be locked up in the mental hospital for saying it.
Oh, yeah. They just wouldn't believe it, man. They just would not have believed it.
Motherfuckers start coming from the future talking about how kids use litter boxes and people decide their genders and shit.
Guys getting their balls whacked off
by the math teacher in California.
Oh, man.
In Texas, they're passing laws to ban the litter boxes. So is it happening? A lot of people say that these litter box stories happening in schools for furries is actually a myth. I want you to let me know if it is happening at your school or at your child's school or someone you know or the school you teach at. Let me know in the comment section and send it to me on Instagram at @thebutsmine. Let me know. Give me some evidence because people say it's a myth, but I keep hearing it. So who knows?
There is a misconception about furries that we identify as animals and we think we're animals. That's completely false. It's really just getting into a character, performing, and then getting out.
Maybe some. I've seen plenty of fucking furries that do the opposite of what he's talking about.
A character.
Dennis sounds like he's actually pretty level-headed, so good on him.
Dennis says he did nothing.
This woman cannot pronounce his name. Dennis. It's Dennis. You fucking goose. Show some respect. That's also a hate crime.
To provoke the violence.
They got my suit off, kicked me in the head. They
Good.
like a flurry of slurs.
He says the attack didn't stop there.
I wonder.
Slurs. Like what?
Dog.
Yeah.
Fucking mutt.
Slurs they were, because I
imagine. Oh.
There might have been the F.
All the dogs watching this are like, oh.
They're going to file charges.
You can't say that.
Word, right? That mean word.
Be charged with a hate crime.
Although I did hear a gay dude on TikTok recently saying we should bring that word back and let it back into the wider community and let us all use that word that means bundle of sticks because it's a great word. It's a fun word. It should never be used against gay people.
Faggot.
Oh, okay.
Trans people or anyone like that. But it is a great word.
I say it all the
to call
time.
your mates when they are
I say it all the time. I think it's a cool word. It sounds pretty cool, you know. It's like the word cunt.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that with meaning, and it
Especially
says,
toward a girlfriend.
yeah, and it says a lot. Oh, anytime I ever called a woman a cunt, man. Oh, my ex-wife, we were having a name calling contest one time, and I won. I called her a dirty fuck pig, and then after that, I called her a cunt. Man, she got mad as fuck, man.
Why?
It was funny. She went upstairs and cried.
Being a giant.
The offenders trying to chase him into a nearby store.
I stumbled into a hair salon that was just in front of me. They immediately shut the door.
I haven't stumbled into a hair salon in a long time. It's really sad. But I'm not going to Turkey.
Locked it. They were trying to get in, like, bashing down the door.
Police arrived quickly, but the attackers had taken off.
All right, so if you know who these people are,
Good.
The police know in Australia. Check out Crime Stoppers. Here's the number for them. Yeah, fuck them. Don't do that. That's ridiculous. In saying all of that, you can be mean to people.
I don't believe in doing it all the time. Once in a while, I think it's pretty cool, you know. I mean, somebody deserves it once in a while, just to make a point, you know, to bring attention to it, how ridiculous they are.
You can make fun of them. You can ridicule them. That's fine. That's free speech. And I think we should do that for the rest of the video. But I hope you're all right, Dennis. But if you're going to dress up like that, people are going to call you a silly bugger. That's fine, right?
Silly bugger?
I get made fun of. People talk shit about me. People are going to talk shit about you for dressing as a furry. It's the world we live in. I guess, though, before I should go on, I should actually...
Once in a while, he'll explain what certain Australian words mean. Some of the words are fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Some of ours are weird, too, so...
see what the furry community has to say on this. And I'd like to go to the rock of the, not the rock as in Dwayne Johnson, but the rock as in the one they all, that supports the furry community. This is Rocky the Fox, who says...
There was one dragon. Did you see the dragon?
Yeah.
That was kind of cool, but not...
Jake's gonna identify as a dragon.
Yeah, well, it looked kind of like a real dragon. I mean, if a real dragon could exist.
Sigh.
He wasn't a furry either. He was a scaly.
Despite all advancements, will it ever be safe to actually just be out there? I feel like the campaigns against us was just too strong. Wonder if we'll ever actually shake the false allegation. I hope the attackers are thrown in jail. I hope they're thrown in jail too. But what are these allegations? And you're not a sexuality. You're not oppressed. Shut the fuck up, Rocky the Fox. Yeah, fucking idiot. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I thought what we should do is check in. It's been a long time since I made a video, probably over a year on the furry community. So let's check
weird,
in
man.
with what they have been up to.
What makes you say that?
Oh, yeah.
Did you come to that conclusion all by yourself?
Yes, I did.
You've been brainwashed.
I better go talk to Kamala.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's be real, okay? So the female furry bends over and shows where her arsehole would be. And we had to blur it for YouTube. We had to blur a fucking fake fox that cost $5,000. Okay, yeah, you know, you guys aren't about sex at all. Okay, we've got another one. Oh! Bending over as well, touching your toes. The fuck is this? This could be us. Yeah, no, the furry community's heaps normal, heaps cool, heaps good.
Man.
Yeah, they should have litter boxes in schools. This is heaps normal. What's this fucking thing doing? POV, furry wants to play with you. I am a cat, said Lucy.
He's wearing a diaper.
I know. I bet you any money he shits and pisses in it. I bet you any fucking money he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why these people get bullied at all. I cannot comprehend why these people get bullied. All right, that's fun.
Fucker, who in the hell would have a blue dog?
Dude.
What the fuck?
Get all your brown pollock merch on sickandimmoral.com.